I used to do some work in restorative approaches, and restorative approaches is obviously hand in hand with restorative justice, a justice system themed around the premise that just because you commit a crime does not make you a bad person. However, does this apply for music? Is there a certain amount or certain severity of musical crimes one can commit to make them a bad musician, a bad band, or a bad music act? I mean, I know people that really break the band Europe and say, look beyond the final countdown. That was just being a bit silly. But sorry, I can't look beyond the final countdown. It's fucking cheese. And okay, maybe Europe are in fact better than that. I haven't checked them out, but they'll still forever be the band who made the final countdown, which is an attempt to sound cheesy for the sake of a hit. Which, sorry, even if it is the only for one time, I believe it says something about the morals of the band. Like Barbie classic album review, I don't agree with him on everything, but I really respect his opinions of music. He's really into Billy Joel and has mentioned some work he particularly admires of his. But sorry, Billy Joel, the guy that wrote Uptown Girl. Sorry, maybe this is my problem, but I just can't see past that. Uptown Girl was like the cheesiest, tackiest song ever, and even if he is better than that, he still made the conscious decision to put that out there. And when she knows that she's my she will sing that not to be tough, to be in love with her uptown girl, to living in an uptown world, uptown girl. Oh, someone got to be carried away there, but am I hypocritical? I love ZZ Top, but I consider what they did in the 80s pretty cheesy. Okay, so as someone who likes the blues-based stuff, I would argue there's still a blues-based till the 80s stuff. It's just a bit more diluted. So you could argue it's not completely selling out, but I guess it was a bit. I've also said this before. Rick Beato and that kind of clique of YouTubers who admit I watch them live, like they'll rave about Toto. They think Steve Lucas is a badass, and I admit I like him in interviews. Seems a talented guitarist. I've seen a video of him doing his interpretation of Jeff Beck's interpretation of Soul Ended as Lovers, and was beautiful. But I don't know, he's still the guy that co-wrote Africa, Hold the Line, Rosanna, and all that cheese. So, is that forgivable? I don't know. I've heard Bob Dylan, yes, Sir Bob, say, forget about all the cheesy crap Jimmy Buffett made. His early work is absolutely superb, and that's Sir Bob, so he probably has a point, but sorry, not to mention his capitalist politics. Buffett, I find really off-putting, but also to make all the cheese, especially if you are better than that, doesn't that make it kind of worse? I don't know, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's fine to pick and choose, and it's fine for an artist to have a spell play to the masses. I don't know. I don't have a definitive answer. All I would say is I have no desire to check out Jimmy Buffett, but I admit that it may also be because she seems a thoroughly obnoxious person, and even though Steve Lucas seems very amusing in interviews and of course highly talented, his band still wrote so many cheesy songs, so I can't help but think of Toto as a cheesy band. But maybe I'm hypocritical because I say love's easy top. I don't know. I have no answers. At what point is selling out so bad it ruins the artist? Do you have any answers? Anyway, that was just a brain burp rant. If you have any answers or suggestions of artists that people see as cheesy but don't in fact realize they are actually really good, they just had enough spell, tell me below. Give this video a like, keep watching, thank you, goodbye.